Hey guys! This week we're seeing 3 waterfalls in 3 days.
We sold all of our belongings in Australia to move halfway across the world.
Join us as we adventure through the USA and beyond, one coffee, hike, and road trip at a time.
Welcome to Lakoda Adventures.
We're setting off on an incredible road trip and we've given ourselves 3 days to see 3 waterfalls across New York State, along with all the hidden gems in between.
And because we like to go big or go home, we're starting with the king of all waterfalls, Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls is a 6.5-hour drive northwest from Stanford and sits right on the Canadian border where Toronto is. Our friends are visiting from Australia for this trip, so the 5 of us packed up and hit the road.
With all the necessary snacks along the way.
Original glazed all the way.
Every road trip needs a Dunkin'.
We arrived at our first stopover very late, so we stayed at a little motel outside of a cute town called Corning in New York State. We decided to spend the morning there exploring, so stopped over at Ella's Acres Cafe for some lovely coffee and breakfast. This cafe is locally supplied and has an entire farm-to-table menu that looked absolutely delicious. The coffee was great and the food was exactly how it read on the menu, yummy and fresh. We then walked over the bridge to the other side of town where the main street has many quirky antique stores.
Corning is also known for its glasswork museum, and if we had a little bit more time, definitely would have went inside.
Next time though, for sure.
Then it was time to hop into Randy and continue our journey. Next up, Niagara Falls.
On this episode of Storm Chasers, we bring you the Niagara Storm. Driving into Niagara Falls was interesting to say the least, and definitely not what we expected. It looked a little or a lot dodgy, so we found the safest car park we could possibly find.
Car parked. There's Niagara Falls. Alright, seen it. Let's go.
I think we saw a car on fire when we drove in.
I was not getting out of that car.
No way.
The park is free entry to the main section and is super easy access from the street.
Niagara Falls is the oldest state park in the USA and the biggest waterfall in all of America based on volume and width.
It consists of 3 waterfalls and has 700,000 gallons, or 2.6 million litres of water flowing over it per second. The falls were absolutely beautiful, but if we're completely honest, it was a little underwhelming.
Well, we were on the New York side, so.
Yeah, I've heard the Canada side is better. Maybe it was the rubbish, maybe it was because it was really hot, but we definitely didn't spend more than 45 minutes there. That night, we stayed at a city next to Niagara Falls called Buffalo.
Buffalo! Which turned out to be the place where buffalo wings were actually created.
This is the place that buffalo wings were created.
That is so funny. Smaller driving snippets and we're slowly making our way back.
They were very good, a little bit dry.
Yeah, a little bit overcooked, but sauce was good. Sauce was
Yeah, I reckon maybe like a 8 out of 10. The city was eerily quiet for a Friday night, so we did not spend too long walking around the streets.
Ghost town.
Something was up there.
I don't know what 5 was. I just think we just keep saying
Alright, that's 1 day and 1 waterfall down.
And it was time to get back on the road. Our next location was in Watkins Glen, located in the Finger Lakes region of New York. Alright, we're going in.
The Gorge Trail at Watkins Glen is a 1.5-mile hike through a gorge.
With 19 waterfalls, stone staircases, tunnels, and bridges. Alright, so far it's better than Niagara Falls. It is hot.
Yep.
Whew. What do we think? We're doing the Gorge Trail, but unfortunately no pets. Except that one. We were on a bit of a time crunch and it was very hot, so we just did the first part of the hike.
Luckily, the first part of the hike was the main part of the hike.
And the prettiest.
Yeah.
The hike itself is very well maintained, but extremely wet and extremely slippery. I would advise to not wear like bongs or anything like that. Wait, I think you call them flip-flops in America.
Don't wear flip-flops. From start to finish, the Gorge Trail was impressive.
And it felt like we were walking through a scene straight out of Lord of the Rings.
Colin!
Frodo! Going to the spiral tunnel. We made it 15 minutes in, but I feel like that's all you need because that's like the pretty part.
What was better, this or Niagara Falls?
This would be like 9 out of 10 and Niagara Falls would be like a 4.
What didn't you like about Niagara Falls?
It wasn't as big as I thought it would be, to be honest with you. This is spectacular. This is like a Lord of the Rings entrance with a hike. After our magical hike, it was time for a quick walk through town and a bite to eat. We headed to the waterfront in search of a cooler breeze because it was so hot and found the perfect spot. Lucky Hair Brewing is a bar and grill located right on Watkins Glen Lake. They do amazing grilled sandwiches, or as we call them in Australia, toasties.
Yeah, toasties. On that note, we thought we ordered the fries with our toasties, but realized that ordering chips means ordering crisps in America.
Hot chippies aren't really a thing here.
If you say hot chippies, you just get like microwave chips.
No, you
Crisps.
get a packet of crisps.
Yeah. But if you got them hot
They'd be hot crisps.
in the microwave.
Just to clarify, in Australia, ordering hot chips means ordering hot fries. To cool off after lunch, we headed to the Colonial Inn Creamery and had some coconut flavoured ice creams before we got back on the road.
We just finished up at Watkins Glen in New York. It is like 500 degrees. We feel like sweaty rats, if you couldn't tell. We are now on the road trip going to Owego.
Owego?
Owego.
Owego.
Our next stop in Owego was a tiki-themed tavern right on the riverfront, where we had some cool tropical drinks before heading back to our motel for the night. Owego is a historic village in New York State filled with antique stores, cafes, and a cute river walk. Our coffee spot of the day was called Roasted Coffee Bar. The staff were very friendly, the coffee was great, and the avocado on toast was a huge portion size.
One of the best parts about Owego was that all the stores were dog friendly, so Coda got to experience some antique shops too.
We then continued our trip to the final stop, the Catskill Mountains in New York. And if you're wondering, no one killed any cats there.
No cat murderers, now contrary to popular belief. Yeah. Our third waterfall of the trip was Kaaterskill Falls, located in the Catskill mountain region. My bad, we decided to take the extra long trail.
The Catskills Rail Trail hike was extremely peaceful, but we had no idea how steep it would be to get down to the base of the waterfall. Even Coda was having second thoughts. After seeing the base of the waterfall, we walked up to the second platform,
That's so cool.
where Coda had the time of his life and morphed into a seal for the next 30 minutes.
This is the deepest that Coda's ever gone in, and the little guy loved it.
He did not want to leave.
Right on this way, buddy. Come on.
This is probably the deepest it's ever swum.
After that, we made the steep hike back up, dried off, and headed to Bluebird at Huntington. We stayed in a Bluebird lodge in Vermont, and we love these lodges. They are clean, beautiful decor, and most importantly, they are dog friendly. The Huntington Lodge had a really cozy common room and an even better outdoor area. So we decided to spend the night around the campfire for our final night of the trip. On our way home the next morning, we had one final stop, a place I've always wanted to visit. Woodstock, New York.
Fun fact, the historic Woodstock Festival wasn't actually even hosted in Woodstock.
But the festival, known for love and peace, was actually named after the town and was supposed to be held there, but instead got moved to a farm nearby.
Hour and a half away.
Okay, not nearby. We started our day at the flea markets, and then headed over to a cafe called Gamella for some coffee and brunch. The shops in Woodstock definitely gave out the hippie vibes, but what I didn't expect was for them to be rich hippie vibes. Everything was so expensive. Nonetheless, window shopping was still amazing, especially in the candlestock store.
We finished the trip by grabbing some sweet car snacks.
Yummy.
This waterfall tour had been amazing and we had covered so much in 3.5 days.
But I feel like it was the perfect amount of time to see everything.
But the real question is, which waterfall was the best?
It's actually pretty hard. Hold on. Oh, I don't know how I rank it.
In order of our least favorite waterfall to our most favorite waterfall, coming in at number 3 is Niagara Falls.
Yep, I agree with you on that.
Don't get me wrong, I think Niagara Falls is spectacular. It's a beautiful park. Seeing that amount of water go over the edge was absolutely breathtaking, but I think the park itself didn't give us the best experience.
And the city, and just...
Yeah, personal preference here,
Yeah,
for sure.
maybe if you were on the Canada side.
Yeah, we'd definitely love to see it from the Toronto side in the future, for sure. Coming in at number 2. Catskills Falls. This was absolutely beautiful. Lakoda was a huge fan. We loved watching him swim around in the waterfall, but the hike there was extreme. Those steps.
Oh god.
And coming in at number 1, our favorite hike of the trip, Watkins Glen Gorge. This place was absolutely magic. I have never seen anything like it, and it's a definite must-see.
Yeah, that combination of like Lord of the Rings, the fact that you got to walk up to the waterfall.
Yeah, walking behind the waterfall is magic. Well, that's all for this week,
Don't forget to subscribe.
and we'll see you next week on Lakoda Adventures.